Hello, everybody. Welcome to Late Night Football. Welcome to our match reaction show. It's finished. Real Madrid 2, Valencia nil. A much needed win for Real Madrid. It's been a while since they won a game, so they'll be very, very happy with that. It was looking like it could be another frustrating night if you looked at that first half. Madrid created chances. Again, not able to finish them off. They do score a goal through Rudiger, and it just gets disallowed, and you're starting to think, was that a foul? I think it's one of those where the referee had seen it and ignored it. It would not have been overturned, would not have asked to be overturned by VAR. But I think it was just one of those where VAR kind of went, oh yeah, okay, maybe take a look at it. The referee just decided to give it. But you just think sometimes when things that happen that it's not your night, is it? That you're that everything you've done to score, and then it's really not going to work. And it looked like it would take something special from Real Madrid just to get out of this rut. Not that Valencia were that great. I don't think Valencia were necessarily, putting in a performance of that sort of high magnitude. But sometimes, just as a team, your own pressure expectations can weigh you down, and sometimes you just need to do something extraordinary to get out of it. And up steps Marco Asensio with an absolutely extraordinary goal. If you haven't seen it, do go and watch it. It's a peach of a goal. The reason why it's a peach of a goal, and this is interesting as well, think about this, when we talk about inverted wingers, this is where you can see the two sides of inverted wingers, because the ball actually gets played down the line to Vinicius. Now, if Vinicius is an old-fashioned, traditional, left-footed winger, that cross that he puts in, it should find Benzema. A good winger, a good left-footed winger finds that cross for Benzema. Benzema has an easy tap into to make. The thing is, though, because Vinicius is not left-footed, so he puts in a left-footed cross, but he doesn't get the direction or the pace on it right because he's not naturally left-footed. So it actually crosses over to Benzema. Benzema's going to run and fetch it because he's overhit it. And then Benzema puts it to Asensio. Now, Asensio is an inverted winger as well. But because he's an inverted winger, again, if he was a traditional winger, he would not be able to hit that shot because it would fall on his because he would be right-footed. But because he is left-footed and he's playing on the left wing, he can actually hit a fantastic shot. But that shot, I mean, you don't just have to be left-footed to that shot. You actually have to be very, very talented for that. And Asensio is quite talented. So when you look at that the dynamic, that was a fantastic shot, by the way. And the reason why it's a fantastic shot, it's a clean strike and it's right in the corner. It's not one of those shots that kind of loops over, deflected over, or sometimes the goalkeeper makes a meal of it. It's actually a really, really good shot, and you should watch it again. It's so beautiful to see. Asensio, of course, back in 2017, 6 years ago now almost, was seen as one of the big bright talents in not just in Real Madrid, but in Spanish football in general. I think it scored like in 6 finals in a season as well. He done really, really well. Just fell off the radar. Injuries have not helped. Poor form has not helped. It's been a bit inconsistent. But he's fine. But hopefully this will help him find his groove a little bit. He's played well in the last couple of games. So maybe he's trying to work his way back in as well, and hopefully he can. He's out of contract as well, I believe, at the end of the season. And whether he'll stay or not is, of course, another point. That's really a reminder of what his talent is. A very mercurial talent in some ways, because he can have bad games, he can have good games, and he can have games like that. That's a good goal. It's 1-0, and all of a sudden you thought the belief drained from Valencia. I mean, sometimes one brings two. And that's what happened in Madrid. Was like, okay, I'm going to go second. Again, it's poor defending. It's very poor defending on that left-hand side. I don't know what happened on that left-hand side, on Madrid's left or Valencia's right in the second half. They almost just looked like they had no answers. Camavinga was having free runs. Vinicius was having free runs. Vinicius was very quiet in the first half, and suddenly he just burst into life. And he burst into life. That's a beautiful pass, by the way, by, I believe it was Dennis Ceballos, I think it was, who played that pass down. No, so Benzema actually played the pass on. Ceballos was the one who played the pass down the line for Vinicius for the first goal. And it was Benzema who played the pass down the line. It's a beautiful pass, by the way, but that first touch is excellent. It just takes everything out of the game. And then it's just about Vinicius finishing. And that's why you talk about first touches being so important. That first touch was really, really important. The way he just pushes it forward from everybody. Because once he's pushed it forward and he pushed it in an area from where he can shoot, he's got the pace to beat everybody else. So he does that, and then it's a beautiful placed finish. The goalkeeper can't do anything about it. It's 2-0. It's game over, you feel, for Valencia. I don't think Valencia ever looked like they were going to score. And then there's a red card that comes after that. And in Gabriel Paulista, I mean, people might remember him from the time at Arsenal. He's always had this red mist in him. Sometimes he does something totally daft. He's a very temperamental player, from the little that I've seen of him. And here again, I don't know what was going on in his mind. He makes a tackle and then decides, I'm going to kick at Vinicius as well. And I wonder if that was just because Vinicius was getting the better of everyone in that second half. So he just went, yeah, okay, well, you know what? I'm just going to take him out. I know sometimes that happens, and then you just get frustrated, or maybe because he thought he was going to get booked for a foul, and so they go, let me have a kick out at him, and he gets a red card. This is a red card, by the way. I don't think there can be any complaints from anyone about that. And at that point, it's game over. 2-0 red card. It's Valencia not making their way back anyway. So maybe Madrid will add the third goal. Maybe there were some chances for Tchouaméni as well to kind of be was a little bit rusty, understandably. But right, I mean, job done. I think Madrid will be happy with the 3 points. They've had a tough time of it of late, last few games. So they'll just be happy to get the 3 points and go home. The problem, of course, from Madrid's point of view, is the fact that they may have lost Benzema and Militao to injuries for some time. I thought Nacho did really well. And maybe if the injury is not too significant for Militao, maybe they'll be able to cover for a while. But I don't think Nacho is that bad. I think they can do without him for a couple of games. They'll hopefully want him. I mean, the Super Cup, the World Cup, the Club World Cup. I mean, I don't think they need Militao for those games. They'll probably want him for the Spanish Cup against Barcelona in the Champions League, of course. But I think they can do without him if it's just a week or so. Which it's a groin strain, so it should not be too long out. The Benzema one is a worry though, because Benzema for me, you always worry when it's a non-contact injury, and this was a non-contact injury for Benzema. It was after he played that pass to Asensio. I mean, it was a shot that it was a shot that he hit, and it was the other leg. So that one could be a worry. And that's something they'll have to look at. We'll hope that it's not too serious. Though the last time he got injured, I think Rodrygo did step up for him quite beautifully. So maybe it won't be that much of an issue. I mean, he'll be a miss. He will be a miss, but they'll hope it's not too long for them. But the good news, of course, is that Dani Carvajal has come back. Aurelien Tchouaméni has come back. I mean, Tchouaméni makes such a big difference to the side. And him being back is so important, particularly because they can't play Camavinga right now because he's got to play left back, so they can't play in midfield. So I think Tchouaméni coming back is really going to be very, very helpful. If he can regain the level that he had before the injury, I think it's a big plus for Real Madrid to have back. I mean, we've got to talk about Dani Ceballos. Dani Ceballos has stepped up so beautifully this season. I think he's always sort of been a sub player. He didn't have a great time at Arsenal either. Always been a sub sort of, like a last 20-30 minutes player for Real Madrid. The last couple of games, you've seen something from him. He's been really good. I thought he was a man of the match today as well. He's being something different to this team. I'm not sure if he can be a regular starter because I think the midfield of the future will probably be Fede, Valverde, Camavinga, and Tchouaméni. But you still need players other than that in the squad. So you can't just have 3 midfielders and expect them to play, the 60 games that Madrid play. So I mean, Ceballos has stepped up beautifully for me. I think he's giving everybody else a run for their money. He's looked good with his passing. He looks like he finally understands what it means to be a midfield player for Real Madrid. I think he's finally getting that. And kudos to Ancelotti for that, for keeping the faith with him, for coaching him, for giving him this opportunity. And he's taken it with both hands, and then that's wonderful. And that's good for Madrid because that means they have another option now in midfield. In case they need that, they have one more option that they can count on, and that's always a good thing. So we'll see if he gets a new contract as well. That's not really for me to decide, but let me know in the comments. What did you think about Ceballos' performance? Do you think he deserves a new contract? Let me know. Obviously, very, very excited to hear your thoughts and comments on this. And then it comes to Valencia. I mean, for Valencia, they had a good start of the season, and you thought maybe they will be able to fight for a European spot, but now they're now getting dragged into relegation spots. Gattuso has been sacked. They've got a red card as well for one of their defenders. It just doesn't look like it's working out for them this season. Somehow things have just gone downhill. Steadily gone downhill from one game to another. So I don't know what they're going to do and what they can do, but they've got to find answers fast, or they're going to get relegated because they're only 1 point above. But anyway, smash like if you enjoyed this video, and do share your thoughts and comments on the game. Of course, with a Real Madrid fan or Valencia fan, we'd love to hear from you guys. Valencia used to be my La Liga team for a while before it just became a 2-horse race. I think I should love watching Valencia, but they haven't been that team for a while now, sadly. But let me know what you think. Of course, do subscribe to our channel on YouTube. We're just 1 subscriber short of 200, so please be the 200 subscriber for this channel. Subscribe to our channel, of course, on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook as well, Instagram, Twitter. We'll appreciate your support. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again very, very soon. Bye bye.